in the Lord. If we do all things with joy, then we're good. That's all we have to do. So I can't go on without telling on myself. Last week, I was on a high of the Lord. Everybody saw, I went to Stonington and I was speaking there, and then I came back and I was on fire. And then with one little whisper, the enemy comes in, and it's like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are doing all this, talking all this? Do you not remember what you did 10 minutes ago, 10 years ago? Do you not know what you did when you were born? No, but that's what he does to us. He goes and he tries to take what the Lord has given us, what the Lord has done in us and through us. And it's so funny because when I was talking at Stonington, I was talking about the fact that it has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with us. It's all what the Lord does in us and through us. But then the very thing that I was speaking on, the enemy came and attacked. He attacked the very thing that I was speaking about. And so in that, the Lord, the reason I wanted to talk about this was because I wanted to talk about the fact that joy is a choice. We often associate joy with being a feeling. Joy is not a feeling. Joy is a choice. Peace is a choice. It is a gift that we can either receive or deny. We can either accept or we can refuse it. So when I was going through this, the Lord kept putting the prodigal son in my heart. And the reason that he was putting the prodigal son in my heart is because the prodigal son was all about perspective. So if you don't know the story, it was a boy who had a wealthy father. And so he asked his father for the inheritance early. And then from there, he went and he spent it all. And so he spent it all and he left his family. And so now he was living in the scums. And he was eating pig slop and doing all this stuff that he didn't have to do because in turn, he was rich. He had everything, but he was living as somebody who was poor. That's the same thing that we do. We go and the Lord has given us everything. He has given us wealth. He has given us provision. He has given us everything that we can have, everything that we need for life and godliness. The word says the Lord has already given it to us, but yet sometimes we deny it. So we're going and it's our perspective. We're saying, man, Lord, I'm not doing this. And that's what I was doing. I was going, man, Lord, I'm missing the mark. I'm doing this and I am choosing not to have the joy in the trial. Because the word also says later on in James that faith without works is dead. So if faith without works is dead, we don't have faith unless our faith is tested. Because if your faith never gets tested, then how do you claim that you have faith, but then in the trials, you can see it? It goes back to the fasting. When the Lord tells us to fast and we can't allow it to be on our face, that you go and wash your hands, you wash your face, that way nobody knows what you're doing. It's the exact same thing when we're going through a trial. When we're going through a trial, the joy of the Lord should be on our face, and it's not a feeling. I guarantee you, if you go and you talk to a Christian who is walking this out, if you go talk to Pastor Al or Sister Crystal, they've told me that they can have the feeling. Sister Crystal has told me, she said it to the woman. She pointed me out and she said, I always know when Leanna's going through it because she wears it on her face. And she said that she's gotten to a point where she doesn't, because she chooses not to allow what she's feeling to show and be her truth. That is not the truth. Our feelings are a lie. Our feelings are meant to deceive. Our feelings are meant to corrupt, not us, but the kingdom. We have to remember that we are in a battle. We are in a fight, that it is not about us. It is not about what we're going through. It is always about the next person. So if we allow ourselves to go and to be less than what we're called to be, then the enemy has won. That's all he wants. And so today I was struggling. I was like, Lord, I was saying it to Grandma and Papa all day. How am I going to get up and share this devotional? How am I going to get up and do this when I was struggling, when I was doing all this? But if I didn't get up here, then the enemy won. If I didn't get up here and I didn't speak, I say it to my kids all the time. The only time you fail is when you don't try. The only time that you fail, I have to tell my son over and over again, the only time you fail is when you don't try. And it's the same in our walk with the Lord. The only time that we fail is when we give up and we submit to the enemy, not the Lord. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you're going through, because at the end of the day, that's not who you are. Because the Lord died on the cross and he already did it for us. So I just wanted to end on that. The main gist of what I wanted to say is that remember that joy is a choice. That every day we have to wake up and we have to choose joy. And my husband always says it's as easy as flipping on a light switch. It's as easy as going over and turning on the light switch. You just have to get up and you have to do it. But the problem is that some of us don't want to have to get up and do it. So let's all come together as a body and choose today to do that. Okay, I'm going to pray us out. Father, I thank you so much for this time where we could come together. Lord, I pray that this was edifying. I pray for Pastor Al as he comes up and begins to preach. Allow us to be able to hear and know you more through this time. We praise you, we thank you, we love you. In Jesus'